Xin chào, what's up everybody? Alright, so we're in District 1 doing a little walking tour. I just got back from Vung Tau, been home for about a day. Yeah, so we're gonna go to Phu Quoc this weekend. So I figured I would do one Saigon video for Friday right now, because we're about out of Vung Tau footage. If you do like this video, the best way to help my channel grow is to subscribe to it. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. It would mean the world to me. If you do like the video, you can smash the like button. If you don't like the video, destroy the dislike button. Whatever really makes you happy. And if you want to comment, that also helps the video out too. So yeah. We're in District 1. We're gonna walk home. I just did a food review of this popular sandwich place called Journeys. It's one of the poorest reviews I've ever given. I don't know if it'll make it to the channel because I'm not in the business of wrecking a business. So it's down here. They moved from the Bentham location and they've got a place down here for just takeaway. They don't plan to do dine-in anytime soon. It's not a highly impressive product. I guess the owner went back to America. Maybe he used to stay there and help, but there's just a lot of... I got two different sandwiches and they both suck. So, we can't win them all, right? Yeah, the Vung Tau trip I found to be very interesting, you know. If you want to see early access to videos, please join the Patreon. There's also a podcast I do weekly on there called the Patrons Only Podcast, where I talk candidly about the situations here and really say what I want to say uncensored. So if you don't like cussing, you might not like that. But there's all kinds of other content on there if you don't want to hear cussing. You know, there's early access to, I'd say, a dozen or more videos that still aren't out yet. So I don't know when the sandwich review will come out, if it even does. So yeah, Vung Tau was really great. Mark is a really accommodating guy, you know. He knows a lot about Vung Tau. He knows all the different, you know, restaurant owners, all that stuff. So he's good to hang out with there. Plus he's just fun to hang out with. Even though he's 66, he's good company, man. We both have good banter back and forth, so. He's about my mom's age. Here is the Gangs. It's a nice little watering hole. Good place to get a drink. Really fun little place. Gets real cranking at night. You can get the beer towers. The boysies over here having a beer tower. Some expats. I do recommend the Gangs. Really, really good. Maybe me and Win will go there tomorrow night. Maybe we'll do a live stream there. Might be a good idea. Because we're usually there for like an hour or two. I'm gonna fire back up the live stream. We got the alternate channel. If you haven't followed it, it's in the description, and I recommend that you follow that channel because that's where I'm gonna do all the live streaming, which is gonna start back up in, I don't know, 14 days to 30 days, 7 days. I'll do my first on the main channel, and then those get deleted right afterwards, and that'll be re-uploaded to the IRL streaming channel, which the link is in the description if you want to follow that. Of course, if you want to chat to me, join the Discord. I'm in there all the time. Best way to get a hold of me. So we got about a 25-minute walk on the way home. And yeah, we're just going to talk about Vung Tau, Phu Quoc, a bunch of other stuff. Should be a pretty good walk and talk vlog. If you're new to the channel, this is what I do. I am a world traveler. I've been in Vietnam for 2 years because of COVID. I would have already been in Japan, Korea, India, and a few other locations by now. But you make do with what you got, so currently I'm a Vietnam vlogger. I travel all over Vietnam, all the different areas. We were trying to get to Sapa, but Sapa initiated a 2-week quarantine, or 1 week, even a 1 week. We can't do even a 2-day quarantine because she just has the weekend. She can take like a day off on Friday or a day off on Monday. So she took Monday off and it's her birthday. So we're gonna just chill at Phu Quoc. It's the only place with good weather. Da Nang is raining a lot, same in Hoi An. I would have probably liked to go to Hoi An and film some shit. But Phu Quoc's fine because you guys are going to want to see. The Phu Quoc thing will be real good because that's mainly where they're trying to push most international tourism, is that island. So we'll be able to get boots on the ground, take a look at what's really open. For the most part though, the most enjoyable way to do Phu Quoc is to just find a great hotel and just stay at it. You know, relax, exercise the bed, things like this. This place is bougie. What is this? What's the mark? Somebody look it up and drop it in the comments. I'm curious what it is. I'm gonna be turning off the camera every 7 or 8 minutes as I shot this video already walking here. For the first time in a week and a half, the camera did its turn off thing again. It sucks, but it's okay. I just got to practice the dialogue for this video. So, other things we can divulge into is news real quick. So, Ho Chi Minh City says anyone from Omicron area country has to quarantine centralized. I found that to be interesting. Today's the day when they're supposed to drop the official letter about if Vietnamese citizens can come back directly into Saigon and quarantine at home. And already, now that they've announced if you're from an Omicron country, that does not look like it's going to happen. So I'm going to guess there'll be a delay on today's letter as well. Now, as far as getting here, you can still get here. You've been able to get here for almost a month now. You just have to sign up with a tour package and pay a bunch of money. You know, one guy says he didn't do a tour package. I don't know. I can't verify this stuff. I just have to take it at face value. And then another gentleman, or a few other gentlemen, came on tourist visas. And then they stayed in Hoi An or Da Nang for 7 days and then came down here. And they both said they made it through on the tourist visa. So, and one guy has a 5-year visa. So I got to check back with them and see if everything went all right. I still don't know if you can extend the tourist visa. As of now, it's only 30 days, which I think is a pretty big roll of the dice, if you ask me. I mean, I'm not a professional. Where do I gotta turn? Oh, sewer hole coming up. Hold on. Gotta check my maps. I think I just walked down this way. Either way, I can just walk down and then go left or right. Oh yeah, okay. So, if you do have a TRC and you want to get back in, currently the best route is to do the tour package. I think the average price is $2,000 to $4,000. So, you know, flights aren't going to be cheap anyways. Even if they do allow you to come straight to Saigon and quarantine at a centralized place, you're gonna have to pay for that. And then the flight, I think somebody was quoting me the flight's like $1,200 to $1,400. So unless they really amp up international flights, all that's gonna happen is Omicron's gonna slow down any kind of sort of normal get back here, if you get what I'm saying. So again, I would take this all with a grain of salt. Things change daily. Once there's the actual letter comes out, we'll run it back on a whole video of that. I'll be right back through the magic of editing. 3, 2, 1, back. Okay, so I don't think I've ever actually walked and talked in this area, so this is actually a new video for you guys. It was disappointing. My one meal of the day was 2 crappy sandwiches. I ate half of each one and then threw it away. I'm not gonna eat. I'm still full though, so back on that one meal a day after I had a little fun in Vung Tau. Back off the beers. So yeah, we're pretty excited to even go to just Phu Quoc. We're booking some pretty good hotel, so it should look pretty nice. I got a villa that's 320 meters, a pretty big like villa house with a private pool. Does not have an ocean view because they want absolutely absurd prices for everything in Phu Quoc on the weekend. They've almost doubled the prices on a lot of places, which is the Vietnamese way. Recover those losses. Instead of, you know, you would think if I'm a hotel and I've already known that I'm supposed to have been opening for months now, I would have my hotel fully staffed. So the first thing I would make sure is I'd have my restaurant staffed at my hotel, and I would have dine-in services, dine-in room services restored till a good time around midnight, because that's when a lot of business is made at a hotel for in-room dining. And I would probably do 20% discount on all my rooms, so I could fill every single room as many days as possible, instead of upping the price and only renting half or a quarter of my rooms. Now this is basic economics, but you can't tell a Vietnamese that, or a Vietnamese business owner. I mean, as you see in you know, Saigon and District 1, nothing's really gone down rent-wise. Finally, Golden River has gone down like 10% about 3 weeks ago. They tried to go for a little bit higher price right after the fourth wave opened, maybe anticipating a bunch of people to jump on it and want to move because they were just locked in their apartment and they found a bunch of shit they didn't like about it. But that did not happen. So now they're a scotch cheaper than what they were pre-pandemic. And then, you know, District 2's quite a bit cheaper. And a lot of the businesses in District 1, the rent is the same as it was pre-COVID. Now, they might have even given the whole COVID for free, but the second they open those doors again, the full rent is back on. Most places got a reduced rent for a couple months, set month period of time, if you get what I'm throwing down. Do I want to walk down one more? Or turn down this one. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it wants me to turn. Go Speed Racer, go. So, yeah, on the weekend, Phu Quoc's super expensive. I think I'm gonna rent our usual place. It's only about 5% more expensive. So I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. And then I rent it for when she goes back. I'm gonna say we're just gonna enjoy our vacation, not do any filming when she's there, you know, enjoy. And then when she goes, I'm moving to a piss spot. That's nice of them. I'm gonna stay at the villa, which is not as nice as the hotel we're gonna book, supposedly. But for me, I just want to go hippo mode in the pool, and then I'm gonna be out filming, like, you know, the main little area strip there, see what restaurants are open, see their protocol, you know, do an economy video. I didn't do an economy video in Vung Tau because there's no need to. The economy doesn't seem as impacted as pretty much anywhere else. You know, it's pretty crazy. They had a super stringent lockdown with curfew and everything. You know, Mark said it was hardcore, but a lot of the businesses were able to hold out because it's so much cheaper there, and that made sense to me. So almost everything, you know, a few places folded. I think Billabong and a couple other popular expat hangouts folded, but a lot of places just, you know, were able to hold on. They probably negotiated a deal with the landlord for super cheap rent, which makes sense. This is a big soccer club. We have basketball. It's a whole gym facility. Kids playing soccer out there. And the same thing was in Vung Tau. The price for a hotel was higher than usual. Man, this is like a piss spot. I've seen 2 dicks in the past 5 minutes. For fuck's sake. I don't like that shit, man. They need to put public bathrooms in. I don't want to see an old guy pissing directly on the side of the street all the time. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much, but they need to get their act together with public restrooms and cleaning up the trash. They had such an opportunity to take care of the trash by using the lockdown. You know, Vung Tau didn't do any cleaning. Mark said they didn't even touch the beach. They locked the whole thing down. Sort of like Saigon. Saigon could have vaccinated all the subway workers, all that shit, and had them working, but instead, let's just close it all down. I don't know the mind process behind that. I mean, they set themselves back years over an airborne virus that's as infectious as the chickenpox. Granted, it is more deadly. It's still completely trying to shut away an airborne virus in a room for 2 months is not going to do anything. It's just not. And they should have already had the data of it wasn't effective. You know, I think, honest to God, they went off of China's data. And China out here still fooling everybody, acting like they've got a zero COVID, we can eradicate COVID thing, which is not possible to fully eradicate COVID, by the way. You know, all of our cases in Golden River were just riding an elevator with someone for 30 seconds. That's how all of our COVID cases happen. Which, if you think about it, is the proof's in the pudding. So, how long are we going to be set back here for? I think years, you know. And then every country's back playing stupid and re-locking down, setting up rules over Omicron, which isn't even that deadly from what the data shows. It's just a common cold. Eventually what's going to happen is they're going to make a vaccine for this one. And then you're going to take it every year like a flu shot. This thing's never going to go away. It's like essentially a completely new version of the flu, but not the flu, if you get what I'm saying. And you'll choose to roll the dice and not take the vaccine, or you'll choose to roll the dice and be able to do stuff. I think that's what it's really boiling down to. You know, without that vaccine passport, you cannot do shit here. And they ain't too keen on the recovered thing. I know a lot of people that got rejected with the recovered thing, or they just don't even accept it, even though they say. They do not let you into. I can tell you in Vung Tau you have to scan everywhere, and not Chang. And I imagine that Phu Quoc's going to be mad scanning your double jab all the time. I'm really curious to see what Phu Quoc is going to look like. All right, I'm going to go off and on again. 3, 2, 1, back. Okay. Still got to figure out what's going on with this camera. Lady trying to scoot past me because he wants to take the sidewalk, because he wants to go the wrong way, because she doesn't want to waste 30 seconds of her life to go around the block. That's a very common thing here in Vietnam, though. Sad to see the trash. You know, the government's good at kind of getting things done when they want to. I don't understand why somebody there just doesn't go, hey, we got to make trash #1 priority. Let's get trash cans everywhere. Let's get proper trash trucks. Let's hire a bunch of people to take care of the trash, provide more jobs, you know, introduce recycling on a mass scale. You know, Japan really did it right, and then Korea is identical to it now. Korea is super, super clean and has all these rules with the recycling, just like Japan does. I don't know why you would want your beautiful country to be littered with trash. I guess it's one of my cons to Vietnam if I had to list off. We are covering all kinds of topics today. Well, I already did this dialogue once, so I mean, there's almost something to it. I think a lot of YouTubers, like travel YouTubers, I'm not going to say their name, that are really good, I think you probably are seeing a take 2 or a take 3 or a take 4. I can tell you, after doing it once and what your planned topics are, it gets a whole lot better the second time around. So I just try not to let it bum me out. Like, I had done this exact walk in reverse with pretty good dialogue on the first run, and the camera turned off right at the sandwich shop because it just wasn't having the problem for like almost 2 weeks. Thought I solved it, you know, different SD card, different battery, flash the firmware. It's some kind of just something in the camera needs refurbished now. It needs to go back to Sony. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But that poses a problem. I wish Tiki was more like Amazon. If it was Amazon, I could just order the same camera and, you know, stick this one in there and send it back as broken, and then they'll have it refurbished at their department and then sell it on their warehouse store. But Tiki checks all the serial numbers, and they're hip to that scam, so that won't ever happen, sadly. It's just got to go back to Sony, which I don't even know how I'm going to have to reach out to Sony, and then I'm going to have to explain and tell them that this is what my livelihood on, this is what I shoot on, and maybe they'll, I don't know. I doubt they'll even care. Big companies usually could give two shits about stuff like this. They'll just say send it back. So then we might be in a situation where I have to get a new camera because I'll have no choice. I would say probably I would get the GoPro 10 while I had the intermediate time. I imagine this will take a month to fix. Then I can use that as a really good motorcycle camera setup after I get this back. But enough talk about that. I can work with it still now by just turning it off every 8 minutes to be safe. So yeah, Phu Quoc's really interesting. You know, the price gouging on the hotels makes 0 sense. It's a really odd thing. All you're really seeing, like, alls I saw when I was in Vung Tau at that Fusion Hotel was a bunch of, like, you know, high-class Vietnamese wearing their Gucci bag and Gucci leather shoes and, like, flexing real hard that they were able to pay for an overpriced hotel. Which, yeah. It sucks my hotels weren't open. Pullman wasn't open. Even when Pullman reopened, I checked the rates like a week later. I don't know why this place is not open. Or giving it back for rent. It's very odd. Oh, they're starting to gut it now. This place did super well too. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, we have to book a little bit pricier. I think we're going to be able to get in for about $100 a night at Phu Quoc this weekend. And then I changed to a $50 a night villa. That's very highly rated by reviewers. It sucks now too, these travel companies. You know, I used to be able to go through Booking if I had a problem because I'm such a high up member. I would just have Booking take care of it. And now with this COVID thing, that you're stuck with what you booked, man. Kind of sucks. You know, the hotel has to agree with Booking or Traveloka or any of these apps when you do try to make a cancel and get your money back. And no hotels comply with that. I tried to with Bastion Blue or whatever over the location and no staff. And they didn't care. They were like, nope. So you're stuck with that. We're almost done. We're almost home. I'm almost back to my beautiful golden rivers. So it'll be nice to get a vacation over by the ocean with my beautiful wife on her birthday. I'm hoping we have a really good weekend together. And then she'll come on back home and work, and I'll stay and work at Phu Quoc. The channel's been doing great. So welcome all the new subscribers. You know, our numbers are way high on all categories, which is very good. I mean, I think it's partly because I'm one of the last left that's shooting, you know, pretty diverse content. It's all not one thing. It was a good walking vlog. I'm happy with it. We got a good 25 minutes, I think we're gonna be at. Maybe 20 minutes. Man, those sandwiches were so bad. I almost want to edit the video email the Journey's place and ask for the owner's email. He's back in America, and email it to him and see what he says and see if that's like regularly how it is. It was so bad. Like their main thing was this pulled pork sandwich, because I asked, what's the most popular thing, most ordered thing? She goes, a pulled pork sandwich. And I go, okay, I want it exactly how you guys recommended, the most popular way, whatever bread it's on, however you dress it up. It was just pulled pork, caramelized onions, no sauce in the pulled pork, and toast wrapped up in foil. I literally walked across the street to Highlands Coffee, because they're not doing takeaway, dine-in, they only do takeaway. I unwrapped it and it was all soggy and mushy, and there was no flavor to it. And then the one I got, the one I wanted, which I checked out the menu, is they had like a, you know, like a cold cut combo hoagie. It was on some weird toasted white bread with a cold sub sandwich on a toasted, crunchy, I don't even know what kind of bread it was. It wasn't ciabatta. It just was nothing fit. It was bad. I don't know if I'll put it out on the channel, because I don't want to destroy the I was pretty savage. I think I gave it an overall 5-1, which, yeah, not that good. I kind of want to be like the Prez, though, and if it sucks, I want to put it out and then maybe give the place a chance at redemption. Not that I'm going to make much difference. I'm a pretty small YouTube channel. Shout out to the dude I met in Vung Tau with his girlfriend. Really appreciate the support on the channel, buddy. Shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name and dox you, but it was really nice to meet you. Took a bunch of pictures. He seemed to be a really big fan. Like when I showed up with Mark to deliver the bike, because he had ordered a bike off Mark, his wife started freaking out, or his girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, that's him. And he's like, oh my god, it's him. It was super cool. Stuff like that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's the vlog, guys. We covered everything I could think of. This should come out on Friday, so there won't be anything expired on this. This will come out in 2 days. Today's Wednesday. How many steps did we get in today? Went for a run, a swim, and then we walked to the sandwich place. 14,400 steps, so pretty good. Alright guys, as ever, I appreciate you guys so much. If you want to see additional content, head on over to Patreon if you want to consider supporting the channel on there. And there's other ways to support the channel if you look in the description. All things are appreciated. You can just support the channel by just watching the video, subscribing, and liking. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Stay frosty. Thanks for watching. Peace out.